So, lads, today we just heard a crazy update on Khloe Bibby. And the update is so let's go back 2 months ago. Let's go back 2 months ago. And 2 months ago, we heard that Khloe Bibby, she kitted out for a game. And we heard that Khloe Bibby is in fact not injured. She's healthy, ready to play. She kits out, doesn't get on the court. But then there's no setback. She's healthy. It's just that the traveling caused her knee to swell up a little bit. That was 2 months ago. Khloe Bibby has since signed with Spar Girona. And I was wondering why she wasn't playing, because I actually think Girona are really good. I think her team are really, really good. Like her team has Letitia Meher. They have Clara Holm, formerly Clara Lundqvist. They're a really good team. They've Juicy Site. And if you guys don't know, Khloe Bibby was their MVP last year. She was the MVP of the Spanish League. So she's somebody that has been killing it and is a really important player for Girona. However, Girona have released a statement today. Khloe Bibby continues with the recovery from her left knee injury and her progress will determine her availability. She's still, and there's no timeline by the way, she's still nowhere close to being back. This was an injury that the Fever said she was healed from 2 months ago. The Fever said she was healed from that and there's just a little bit of swelling. That's what she was told. That's what we were told. That is what we were told. Yeah, Khloe Bibby literally is still injured. She is still injured. And she's like nowhere even close to getting back playing. Which is kind of crazy. Because we were told that she wasn't actually injured and that it was just a little bit of swelling. We were told it was just a little bit of swelling. And she's obviously back. She's obviously there in Girona. I do think Girona are good even without her. I think they're very, very strong even without her. Like they're a very good team. Like they are a very, very good team. That's one of those things. Is like they can survive without her. They beat Prague, but the USK Prague team with KK Timpson by nearly 20. So they're good anyway. But what is frustrating me is that, like, why were the Fever telling us it was nothing? Just like Caitlin Clark can still not return. They're like, oh, from the groin injury. Her groin injury's healed. We know the groin injury's healed. She hasn't been able to return from the ankle injury. That the Fever have come out there and said that is nothing. The ankle injury was nothing, even though Caitlin Clark comes out and says it was the worst injury of her career. It was the worst ankle injury of her career. Like, it's very, very disappointing to see, like, from the Fever. And, like, the Fever completely misled the fans with injuries. They did. And I don't think you can even argue, Like, absolutely, they misled fans. And I don't know why they were misleading fans on Khloe Bibby. From, oh, it's not a setback, she's fine. It's not a setback for a knee injury at all. She goes and plays a game, then sits out. It's like, oh no, it's not a setback. It just swelled up a little bit after traveling. Then 2 months later, we're seeing that. And by the way, I'm going to make this video tomorrow. I just saw this tweet pop up. I'm going to make this video. Paige's organization is hiring Indiana Fever senior director of player health and performances. And that's the thing. They need that. They need something. And I'm going to be making that video tomorrow morning. It's just really late at night, and I want to record this one and leave it at that for today. But it's just one of those things where I always just sit there and look at it, and I'm like, the players on the court, and I think Steph White did an unbelievable job. I think the players on the court were so good for the Fever, but I just don't trust this organization. I don't trust this organization at all. I'm not saying they're a poverty organization, because they're not. They're not the Sky. They're not the Wings. They're not the Sun. They're not a poverty organization. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust the Indiana Fever organization, a word that comes out of any of their mouths. And look, that could be, you could blame me for that. I could be wrong for thinking like that. I very well could be, and I probably am wrong thinking like that. I just don't trust. I just don't trust. I just don't trust the way they're talking about things. I just genuinely don't trust it. But yeah, hopefully Khloe Bibby's okay. I hope, like, Khloe Bibby's not going to be back with the Indiana Fever. Let's be very honest. She's not going to be with the Fever next year. She doesn't fit what they need. And Steph White lost trust in her by the end of the year. She's not going to be with the Fever next year. But I will say Khloe Bibby's going to be in the league. I think she showed enough flashes, and I think she had enough good games that she's going to definitely be in the league. So for me, that's a positive thing. Like, if you are Khloe Bibby herself looking at it, she's probably like, look, I'm gonna have a chance. I'm gonna have a shot. I'm gonna have teams willing to take a shot on me. It's no longer a risk. Like, bringing Khloe Bibby in isn't seen as a risk right now. She's had enough games where she's proven that she can do it. She can do the job. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. That is my take on this whole situation. It's annoying hearing that the Indiana Fever medical staff have just done a horrible job, and it's good that they have now a senior director of health and performance. Clearly, everyone calling out the medical team for Indiana, and it's funny that people were like, "Oh, you're not doctors. You're not doctors." It's like, well, you don't need to be a doctor to know that Lexi Hull probably should have taken a game off when her face was broken. That Khloe Bibby should not have been traveling with a knee. Should not have been traveling on flights. She shouldn't have been doing air travel with a knee injury. That Caitlin Clark, realistically, I know she wanted to travel with the team, but should have been rehabbing in Indiana instead of traveling all around the country when she goes and gets injured after doing a workout the day after getting off a plane. Like, these are things that should not have happened. There were a lot of individual things in this organization that should not have happened. And hopefully that gets changed. I'll talk more about that in a video tomorrow. The reason I keep mentioning that is I don't want to have everyone being like, if someone else gets there first, being like, oh, this person made this video. It's like, I'm trying to get my sleep schedule. Anyway, I'll see you guys.